Hi everybody, this is God's Girl G. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And for those of you returning to this channel to watch this video and you are not already subscribed, I'm going to encourage you to do so by clicking the subscribe icon below. That way you won't miss any of the videos that I upload. And if during the course of this video you hear something that you like, click the thumbs up, comment below, or better yet, share this video with someone who you feel could benefit from its information. With that stated, let's get into today's discussion. Every year during the month of November, my birthday month, I like to share with my subscribers, my viewers, life lessons that I have either learned throughout the course of my year or lessons that I have learned throughout my lifetime that I have not yet shared. And so this year is no different. It's hard to believe I turn the wonderful age of 52, which I am trying to embrace, and I am learning the importance of taking care of your health. So thank you so much for those of you who are just continuously watching my videos. I have slowed down a little bit, but it's all good. So without further pause, let's get into my life lessons that I have learned. So we'll call this Life Lessons 2023. Lesson number 1. I have really found that, at least for me, that the root of anxiety and worry can actually stem from the lack of confidence, and whether it's self-confidence or God confidence. Let me explain. I find that when you worry or you have anxiety, it gives you the false pretense of doing something, especially because when we have anxiety or worry, we feel helpless. So doing something productive, such as worrying and having anxiety, makes you feel like you're problem solving. Now that can temporarily alleviate your feelings of helplessness and hopelessness. But feelings of worry and anxiety can be very addictive. Now, you can get addicted to worrying and anxiety because the short-term payoff makes you feel good, meaning it provides you with some type of relief because you think you're being productive. It provides you with some type of relief from feelings of helplessness and uncertainty. But when you are addicted to worrying and anxiety, you're consciously anxious and stressed. And all of that can inhibit natural levels of self-confidence. Now, if we think about it from a more spiritual sense, if we understand that God has everything under control and that His plans for us are meant to help us and not hurt us, have you considered that maybe some of your worry and anxiety has to do with lack of trust and confidence in God? Now, the older that I have gotten, I have realized, and I have enough track record with God, that regardless of what happens in my life, I will always land on my feet as long as I'm following God's plan and I'm seeking Him. And I encourage you to do the same thing. It will save you needless stress and physical problems that can come as a result of it. Life lesson number 2, never go broke trying to please somebody else. The financial decisions that you make should align with your future financial goals. Trying to impress other people can impact your finances so much in such a negative way that you end up spending money on things that really don't matter to you, that really mean nothing to you. So when you buy the latest luxury car or splurge on certain items, consider that maybe you're looking for validation from other people. Maybe that you want them to know that you have money and you're financially secure and that everything is okay. But I'm telling you, that path is a sure way to go broke and be very unhappy because, again, you're doing things for validation versus doing things because they make you feel good and make you feel happy. So pay attention to your future, to yourself, and stop spending money on things to impress others because at the end of the day, they don't care about you. Life lesson number 3, always dress well regardless of the occasion. Now, y'all, this one snuck up on me this year. Now, mind you, when I go somewhere, I do try to look my best. But I found out that a friend of mine, she said dress casual, and I did, like jeans and a nice top. Well, when I got there, people were dressed like dressy, and I felt so out of place. So make sure you're always dressing your best and consider the source. So if that person that told you, oh, dress casual, if you know their version of casual is dressy, dress accordingly. And the other part to this is that really, when you dress well, you feel well. And it in turn has an impact not only on your confidence, but your performance. So for those of you who have a work from home job, you might want to consider not wearing just a t-shirt on the virtual camera. Wear something professional. Life lesson number 4. Don't beg for a relationship with anybody. And this could be a love interest, family member, friend. Don't beg for a relationship. You cannot force anyone to have a relationship with you, to love you, to like you. You can't force that. If they don't like you, they don't love you, they just don't like or love you. I mean, it's just simple as that. There's no reason to analyze it. There's no analyzing that's needed. Fighting or begging for a relationship won't make them love or like you. All you can do is make it known that you are interested in a relationship with the person or interested in that person as a love interest. That's it. Make your request known. But when it's obvious they don't want the same thing, there's no need to beg or fight for it. All you need to do is move on with your life. And the last life lesson is, if you're not invited, don't go. Now, I know that sounds a little obvious, but let me really explain what I mean. When I was younger, I used to feel so let down, ostracized when I found out that somebody was having a party or get together and they didn't invite me. I'm just gonna be honest about that. But now that I've gotten older, it don't bother me at all, because it's kind of tied to the last one, which is you don't beg for relationship and stuff. If people don't want to be around you, don't force it. Now, I get it when you're not invited to something, or you don't, or you find out later that you weren't invited. I know it may sting a little bit, but I want you to consider the following. 1, if you're not invited, maybe it's because when they have invited you in the past, you don't show up. Now, that used to be me. I'm very picky about where I go, but I found that you can't not show up and then expect people to continue to invite you. Okay, so remember that one. Next, they could have made certain assumptions on your behalf, such as maybe they wanted to do a girls' trip to Paris, but they know your work schedule is crazy and money is tight for you, so they were trying to spare your feelings. Another reason could be they got together out of convenience. Maybe after church, the few of them that remained were like, well, let's go get some tea or coffee, or let's go get a croissant. And you just weren't there. And so maybe they got together out of convenience. And finally, and this is one that usually when people don't get an invite from me, this last one here is probably the primary reason. I learned in my life that your friend groups that you have, if you try to bring those friend groups together, they don't always mingle well. And so I have learned the importance of keeping friendship circles separate. The relationship, as an example, that I have with my sister, she might not want to have that same type of friendship with a college roommate of mine. Where's the connection? So it may just feel awkward. Every group of friends, they have a certain rhythm. And when certain things are cast into that circle, it may throw the rhythm off. And what you think would be a good thing becomes uncomfortable. So remember this parting tip about that lesson. If you're not invited, don't go. If you're not told about an event, don't ask. Just consider it a blessing and move on. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found something enjoyable about my 2023 life lessons. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Bye.